Alright, welcome back to another league race, this time here with TMC in Division 3 in Brazil. And you may see that there's a bit missing. I forgot to save after qualifying, so this is literally the only bit. It's funny, isn't it? You set a setting to save 60 minutes, and it says 51, and we get this is literally where it starts. So yeah, fantastic stuff as always from Sony, but. Heading into this one, look, how do I best describe this? So obviously the title can be wrapped up here today. I basically just need to finish in the points essentially, and technically Caesar needs to, he'd have to win, and I'd have to be like way down, like 8th or like 9th or 10th for me to score points and not win the title. But the gap I think is 43 points headed into this one, so that was. So the objective here was just to finish. A disappointing qualifying because the one lap pace was here. Like in qualifying, I could bust out I think an A4 and as such. So the pace I knew was there in qualifying, and well, I thought it might be there for the race as well, but we'll get to that in a bit. So it's going to be a P5 here in qualifying here. So I was like, okay, but I didn't really exact the full potential out of that. I did an 8.6. Found improvements each time, but just didn't find enough. But like it's like okay, pace is there. We could do something with this. So. And yeah, so like, look, obviously to think big picture, I mean, like, there's Matter in 6 to use a reserve for this one, so we'll get to that in a bit. We're going to do the one stop. We're going to do the softs to mediums. So that's what the story is. A bit of fuel. 4-7 weeks of the race. I didn't think that was that high, to be honest, but here we go. 5 red lights. And away we go. Decent start, to be fair. If this was a longer run down to turn 1, I may have had a look at, and a clockwise track. I could have had have a look another time. But a short enough run, so we're just basically going to hold station here. And just sticking to rich and overtake, just to get a little bit more straight line speed, and just try and keep the guys behind at bay. I'll be careful not to run into. That's one thing I've actually been really happy with this year is that in various other parts in Division 1 and such in the past and etc. Lap 1 contact, sometimes I'd hit, or see contact in general, sometimes I hit into someone in the front and I damage my wing. I don't think I've really done this year. Maybe in Monaco and Baku, but they have different circumstances with the pedals I was using at the time. But yeah, really happy with how I've driven this season, but we can look at that another time. But for now, yeah, just settling in to this one. 36 laps. To be honest, now look, let's be honest. I've dodged this for most of the season. I try not to let excuses come into it, etc. But let's be honest, this is a pad track. Like, this is a pad track, and someone in front of me may be using a wheel, but generally speaking, this is a pad track, and the pace just was not there, and we're coming under early attack here from Matter. I'm going to try and defend this one down the inside. He backs out of that, so yeah, you can see the pace just wasn't there. I was surprised by this in the race. Now, to be fair, there's a few circumstances. One, I think there is a definite advantage for the pad on this track. Okay, like I think everyone accepts that. Two, we're going to see it later. I could have pushed harder. Like, I could have pushed it a little harder. Would that have been the difference? We'll see the gaps at the end. I don't think it would have been made that much a difference, but I thought maybe the door may have been closed enough, but I saw he was coming through there, so like, okay, well, I have to leave him the space. So that's a Matter then into P5. So very quickly, I'm just basically nowhere in this race. So yeah, so Ripper Rick then behind. So kind of there's that split grid kind of sense. These are the top runners, and I'm just kind of at the bottom of that, and then comes everyone else, I think, essentially. So. But even then, I was struggling a bit. I think I was able to keep it in DRS for a little bit of Matter, but not too long. Seemed came to be that Extrema was a little bit slower of the this top group. So amongst CVG, Javier, and Caesar, Extreme was kind of the slower one. So a little bit of contact here between Ripper Rick and myself. But he seemed I may have just broke early. But he seemed to come a little quick, but I may have just broke early. But through this corner, I didn't have the confidence in the car, to go flat the whole thing. I think I'm lifting off there. Really, you should be going flat, and I didn't do this race because I could do it in qualify, but I just didn't have the confidence. Because you lose it a few times in practice and such, and that confidence as we defend here against Ripper Rick, that confidence isn't really there. Or is it, you just I don't know. It was just I just didn't have the confidence. So I always think a big picture as well. Look, I just need to get this done. I don't need to risk anything. So for that reason, I was a little bit more conservative. But lap 13, we're gonna dive into the pits, and yeah, put on these mediums and go to the end. Now the guys in front, some of these guys were using hards. I thought, oh, okay, maybe something interesting could happen, but nothing really actually happened. So like I'm too far away. Like I'm kind of I'm ahead of Ripper Rick and as such, and I'm behind Extrema. He's kind of he's on hards. He played the same lap there. He was too far ahead, to try and undercut anyways, and make sure you negotiate his pit lane safely. Throwback to a race. I know, I'm over at this stage. So honestly, this second part of the race was boring. Nothing happened. I knew Extrema had penalties, so I could literally just sit in that window. Lap 18, come across the line. See, everyone's kind of pitched at this stage, apart from a few guys in front on mediums and such. Matter, I believe, is just gone. He's going to win this race, and yeah, I mean, I saw very few cars in this one. I defended a few times. I lost the place to Matter, and yeah, just a very boring race. Lap 28 is going to do a PB, but look, the podium streak is going to come to an end. I think it was 13 races in a row I got a podium. It's not going to happen today. Again, I don't think the pace was that bad. I just think there's my first warning of the race. I just think I'm at a disadvantage with the device I use. But look, pace wasn't there, and yeah, we can have a go next time. But that's it. That is this race. Like that's like it. Like yeah, I thought maybe penalties would be a bit more of a factor, but I guess I was too far away to breathe for that to come into effect. To be fair, the top guys did a great job of not getting penalties. I thought Brazil, I thought it'd be a shoo-in for a bunch of penalties, but it never really happened, which is surprising. Like Extreme is going to be the only guy here who's going to cross, fifth, in the top 5 on the track. He's going to have a penalty. Everyone else is clean, so it was surprising. But look, there is one job to be done today. Matter wins the race. Another reserve coming in and just winning the race. Cool stuff from 6th place in the grid. But here we go. This is the moment. It is done. The title is over, and that was it. Podium streak comes to an end. Unfortunately, pace was nowhere in this race. Sad, but big picture, it's done. Division 3 is done. The pumpkin helmet saw me through. So there's time to reflect later. This felt a little crap, to be honest, because like if it had come like in the race like last week, like in the USA, I would have been absolutely ecstatic. But like it was just the most boring race I've had for such a long time, and yeah, just absolutely nowhere. Like I pitted lap 12. I don't think I saw another car on track basically from like a back marker from like lap 13. Lap 14 onwards to 36. Like it was absolutely nothing. So an underwhelming race to win the title, but there I was like 12.7 seconds in the end behind. I was behind. Like I was a long way behind, and I do think that's reflective in the pad has a decent advantage here. Like everyone admits that. Like it's. I don't even harp on that too long, but like I don't know. I've not talked about that really all season, but yeah, a difficult one. To try and keep up, but like I'm not gonna lie, like I was also like I kind of knew that in a sense. It's like okay, like I know I'm gonna be at a slight disadvantage. I must be honest, I did think I would be a little bit closer than that. Like I did think my pace was a little bit better than that around Brazil, but there you go. I think maybe a combination of the two kind of coming against me. We did actually jump. I didn't actually mention it. We did jump to 5th in the end. Extreme had a lot of penalties, so yeah, there you go. That is that's it. That's it. The title is done. Last round is going to be in Abu Dhabi, a track I do enjoy quite a bit. It has been good to me over the past. I do enjoy it. So looking forward to that. And now, with the title done, we can just have fun with this last race of the season. So thanks for watching, and until next time.